The winds have shifted in Alethi. Once Kholinar shone, a beacon of pride and glory. Now its towers groan beneath the weight of despair. Its people whisper of shadows moving in the rain, of oaths long broken beneath the thunder's roar. 4 souls drawn together, bound by threads unseen. An investigator chasing truth through a city drowning in secrets. A thief, mercenary by name, but fierce of heart, determined to save the home that scorns them. A fabric cloaked in falsehood, shaping light and metal, seeking to forge a better tomorrow before the storm consumes the present. The Vorin woman, staring defiance into the eyes of destiny, striving to become more than her world dares to allow. The city trembles. Cults, old and forgotten, whisper beneath the weeping stone. And from the tempest comes a call for those who would speak the last ideal.
Hello, Internet. It is us, the cast of The Last Ideal. It's Tuesday once again, and we have returned from the far-off land of Calgary. We're back. We're back to say hello and get you all ready for another thrilling adventure in the land of Roshar. So, I think we have nothing else on the agenda besides, hi, like, subscribe, hang out with us, tell your friends. But there's really not much else to say other than we were truly in the thick of it at the end of the last chapter. And right now we come back into the sheath. This painted, graffitied, streamer cloth covered den of ragamuffin iniquity. That is the home of Nev's network, Nev the Knife, being the leader of this cell at this point. And the day had been incredibly eventful for all parties. There seeming to be a sort of coordinated series of attacks and threats made to the entire group of Radiance that make up our party. And whether it was a fused flying down from the sky in order to try to spear through our Truth Watcher standing atop the wind blade, or if it was the predations of Rave's agents against Feraniel in her own home while she was training when she was training Tira, the daughter of Tirael, the guard captain, or the Cobalt Guard investigating and knocking on the door of Alstrom's home, everyone had a certain level of danger, and it all sort of came to a bit of an apex when a Skybreaker came and attempted to infiltrate the sheath, the hideout of Nev the Knife and her ilk. And if I can check my notes very swiftly. Now, it was a man by the name of Kamara that had come to their door. And after delivering a sort of dire message of capitulate or die, he was driven off through dirty tactics. Now, you may think, like, oh, Nev got one up on Kamara. Oh my gosh, how did it happen? What kind of dirty trick did they use? Nev tried to stab this man in the eyes and balls, and it threw him off to the point where he decided that this went against the rules of engagement for a proper duel in the lands of Alethkar, and thus he ran away, pledging to reacquaint himself with the laws of the land and come back again at a later time in order to have another confrontation. But that is neither here nor now, and thus our party has decided to do something that we can hearken to a different campaign entirely. Get active. The streets surrounding Feraniel's home are still being prowled by the agents of Rave that had accosted her and seemed to be ready, more than willing, to slay both a child and an officer of the Wall Guard. So, that being said, we're going to go around the table, and keeping in mind that nothing is a perfectly acceptable answer, I'm going to ask each of you if there are any preparations that you would like to do before heading out into the streets. And we are going to go clockwise, starting with Alstrom. Alstrom, would there be anything that you wish to do, prepare yourself for, in the terms of heading out on this little mission to take out these agents? He says, yes, hold. He says, I have so much prepared.
I look to everybody and I say, we cannot go out there looking like ourselves. So I'll make a disguise for myself, but does everyone else have a disguise as well?
I have a scarf.
You're going to need more than that. Nev, do you have anything she can borrow?
I mean, I have stuff for me.
Maybe I can change your hair color or something? Would that help?
Probably it's pretty noticeable.
I'll put a light weaving on to make your hair black. And then one to make Alstrom look like a like an Alethi merchant or something.
Sure. In order to make yourself making yourself look different is usually not a huge problem. But if you are directly trying to oppose the looks of a person in order to like obfuscate yourself, I am going to ask for an illumination check.
Mm-hmm.
In order to properly disguise yourself.
12.
A 12. Okay, we'll see if We will see if that will stand up to the scrutiny of the different individuals that are around the city.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
And then I'll just Nev, do you have a dagger I could borrow? Might get a little squirrely, right?
Nev pulls one of the many daggers off of one of the many belts on their armor and hands you one. Also gives one to Fira and Bear. You want more?
Yeah. No, yeah,
All
I
right.
do think. Just a couple, 2, 3, maybe.
Nev retrieves a couple.
Do you think I should have 2 or 3?
Do you plan to throw knives?
Now I do. Yeah.
How many daggers do I have to give? That's the question. In the hideout, there's probably a ton. There's definitely like an equipment room and stuff like that.
I would say, yeah, to be completely honest, the sheath is like a well-maintained hideout for individuals that do all sorts of skullduggery throughout the city of Kholinar. Like, if you can imagine a number of hidden blades that are usable, like if you can imagine a number of hidden blades that are usable by quite literally 20 little knife collecting gremlins, like you've sort of like inured a sense of needing a very large collection of blades at all times into an entire collection of kids that already had a predisposition for collecting knives. If you would like a number, you can go ahead. You can go ahead and roll like you could just roll like 3d100 to see exactly how many are around the sheath.
Okay. Yeah. So you each get 3 daggers apiece.
There's always a dagger within reach, like hidden somewhere.
Oh, they're hidden all over the place in here.
Oh, there's one under the chair. This is good. Oh.
Yeah, like Bear, you might have tripped over one, like as you were coming in. There's some like stuck in. You could probably see like some of the like target dummies that are in the common area that are like filled with them, that kind of stuff. So yeah,
I will be stealing Dervin's.
You're stealing one of Dervin's. Give me a thievery. Give me a thievery real quick. Dervin is present. And he's pretty proud of his knives. You've seen him like collecting 14. The ones that he throws. Like 14. Okay, I'm gonna roll against it. I am gonna roll against that. We're gonna see exactly how this lands. We'll see what's going on. Dervin's rolled a 17. You put your hand to his belt, and his hand shoots out and grabs your wrist. And this little guy says, "You're not fast enough, old man."
Doing the whisper thing where you cut off.
You're not fast enough, old man.
Okay, no, that's fair.
Do you want one of my knives? Do you want one of my knives? Is that what you want?
For good luck, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm a very good luck charm. Your entire life has been looking up since we met. That's absolutely true. You're totally right. I want you to ask me. I want you to say please.
Okay, can I borrow a knife for the night?
I want you to say please.
I would appreciate it if I could borrow a knife for the night.
No. Can I please get can I please get a perception from you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Natural 1.
A natural 1. Dervin looks to you. And he looks you up and down and he says, "Check your scarf."
I guess Bear checks his scarf.
The knife that you were going for on his belt is in your scarf, tucked away.
Okay, that's actually in there pretty firm. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it there, just in case. Thank you.
You're always gonna be second banana to Dervin the Dirk, and you need to remember that. And he acts like he's the coolest, hottest shit on the planet. He turns around and strolls away. For no reason. Like, he's a part of this conversation right now and like aptly paying attention, but like he definitely makes a show as if he's like walking away super cool.
Yeah, cool guys walk away.
Cool guys walk away.
The last word, they walk away.
Yeah, they get the last word, they walk off. But yeah, so he does give you it is actually a very nice dagger for what it's worth. He didn't give you nothing. So yeah, so I will ask then, Fira, is there anything that you were specifically looking for to prepare? Was there did you want to talk to Frame? Did you want to perhaps try to transform something? Was there did you want to get did you even want to just even in like a narrative way, like practice a couple of sword kata? Like, I know that you were sort of the most incensed out of the group because of like the indignation of being, literally attacked by these men. And the child, the ward that you had taken on being threatened and potentially killed, and all of these different, like a lot of bad energy thrown your way from these people. So was there anything that you wish to do before getting into it?
Well, other than grabbing, making sure she's loaded up on infused spheres, does the sheath have a training area?
Sure does. Plenty of training dummies.
Okay.
Lots of painted targets. There's all sorts of different things. Like since Nev's taken over, everyone has really started to actually take training very, very seriously, because it isn't just getting into a circle and getting the shit kicked out of them by Cutter. So it's pretty well maintained at this point.
Yeah, then she was probably kind of removed from a lot of this discussion and has been trying to direct her anger at what happened to her onto a training dummy with her sword.
Yeah, okay, for sure. What I'm going to ask from you then, I am going to give you a roll. So this is a mechanic that is spoken of when it comes to speaking oaths, and I'm using this as sort of a narrative tool for the audience, and as a fact that Spren are supposed to help you when it comes to furthering your ideals, your goals, your oaths, your radiant path. So, can I please get you to make a discipline?
Yeah.
And if I could get you to roll that at advantage, and then I'm going to have Frame explain something to you as you are practicing these kata.
That is a 19.
A 19. Okay. As you practice these kata, you see Frame sort of extend into a larger person, jumping down off of your ear and sort of matching your size. Usually he becomes like this very looming figure over you, getting to around like the largest size that he possibly can in order to be a strange, off-putting, intimidating figure. But at this point, he is standing beside you, and he has summoned an inky, very wavy blade of his own in his hands. And you're not entirely sure if it's a real sword or more of like a manifestation of one. But he starts practicing these kata beside you, matching your step for step, moving into different defensive and offensive positions, different stretching motions, and practicing rhythms to sort of match you and get into lockstep. And eventually he says, I think that this is a good step into the right direction for actualization of who you are. Do you feel like you are a leader right now?
Not really. I feel like something just needs to be done about these people.
We will be traveling into your neighborhood. It is your people. This was your ward. These are your foes. This is. Do you feel that that is correct?
Yes.
And he keeps moving through these kata, words almost matching the rhythm of the strikes. I do not think that there will be another more competent person to deal with these men. I believe that it should be you who goads them. I believe that you are the greatest warrior here. I think it is time that you stop allowing your path to be found for you. There has been a gigantic plethora of trails that have been blazed by those that came before you. But this is one that you must blaze. My former Radiant. Have I told you how they died?
I believe, if I remember correctly, you said that they were second-guessing themselves. Or something like that.
That was a lie. He continues, his rhythms and his blade strikes become a little bit more staccato. My Radiant died because they put their life into the hands of one who insisted that they knew best. My Radiant died because of trust misgiven. They did not second guess. They were simply wrong. When you are saving yourself and the lives of the innocent, you must create new paths. Paths in your mind. Paths in the world. And there is no room to be wrong. And if you are to be wrong, it is rather much preferable to be confidently so. So swallow your doubt. It will still be there. It simply is.
I think she's just going to nod at that and then like increase the intensity of your strikes.
Fira, you send your side sword directly through one of the wooden dummies, cracking wood and sort of with like a furious series of blows splinter this thing. And then frame shrinks back down. Slowly, the sword that was in his hand evaporating into nothing. And it seems as if he has spoken his piece.
I think Fira makes a note at the training dummy being obliterated that I'll pay for another one.
The kids are all like standing around. A lot of them are a little bit in awe that this like large inkish man and Fira have like obliterated this training dummy in a series of like very well practiced kata. Dervin is pretty openly agape. The young man sort of being in a perpetual state of awe, and Nev, you're unbothered. The kids made these things out of scrap wood taken out of alleys, like they're whatever. But yeah, so I'll now ask Nev. Nev, what would you like to do in order to prepare? Is there anything that you would like to do?
Yeah, definitely. I think after arming my party members even further, Nev will, in her usual way, kind of fade into the background while everybody's chit-chatting or distracted by what Fira is doing, and go into her quarters and retrieve a longsword that is sitting up against the wall that she received for her training with Azure. And she's gonna sling it and her short bow over her back, replenish the daggers that she gave away, and walk back out into the room to watch, probably right when Fira obliterates that practice dummy, and is standing amongst the kids, ready and waiting for everybody to go.
Yeah, absolutely. My question.
I would want to bring Falarin with us if I could.
Yeah. Falarin will absolutely accompany you. And there's something a little odd about the sword that something a little bit odd about the sword that Lady Azure gave you. Upon the pommel, there is a symbol. It was when you asked about it to Lady Azure, quite literally, she just sort of said, "Oh, it's really not a big deal. It's just it's a symbol that's very commonly used from where they're from," which she had mentioned was Hallandren. And it is and you sort of like cock your head at that, like, after having all of those revelations, it's the Shash brand.
Oh. So it's the symbol for dangerous.
It is the symbol for dangerous, yes.
Interesting. Okay. Oh my god, the wig change. I'm screaming. Have I, prior to this point, since I've been using this blade, maybe not for very long, is there anything else odd about this blade, or is it just the symbol?
It's a like a little bit of an odd design. Like it's a little bit thicker than typical Alethi blades. It's a little bit shorter than the typical Alethi blade. Like long and utilitarian is usually the style of most soldier of the line blades, but this one is a little bit thicker, and it's a little bit shorter, perhaps 4 or 5 inches shorter than a typical longsword, but it's a bit heavier. Like the oh my goodness, what is what is the name of the I know this. I'm having a brain fart. It doesn't matter. Regardless, the blade has a little bit more heft. And it's nothing to like cock your head about. Like, blades have different designs all over Roshar, but this one in specificity has the Shash symbol on it and is a little bit heavier, a little bit shorter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
Mm-hmm. So, is that all that you would like to do?
Yeah. Unless Jez is suggesting I do anything else, but I'm armed to the teeth right now.
Jez is pretty silent at the moment. He's literally just flitting around. He keeps himself visible to you, but it seems like he's keeping watch for something, and isn't really speaking a whole heck of a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's different. Jazz, what are you looking for?
Oh, he flits over to your shoulder, manifests as the mustachioed, uniformed gentleman. I'm looking for methods of ingress. Do you have a good fortification here? But I mean, when you have individuals who can slash through stone, then it's good to keep a watch. He seems like a little paranoid, actually, a little bit anxious. And he says, I try not to be prejudiced. And I do not like painting all with the same brush. But if there is a particular organization or sect that I am, well, very likely the least fond of, it would be those Skybreakers. They bastardize the law for their own purposes and justify their actions, and it is their high spren that enable it all. And I find them to be a greater evil than most realize.
I see. Should I leave Valarin here? Should I make the kids prepare that he might come back while we're gone?
No, you rebuffed him. I believe the sheath is safe. He was looking for an honor duel, specifically with you, and in fact, after all of the interactions that I have had with the Skybreakers and Nail's ilk, I can tell you verifiably that it is unlikely that he comes back at all for anything other than you, and to fight you. You are his quarry, and are seen as the leader of this particular set of, well, he likely sees them as soldiers, or revolutionaries, or freedom fighters, or whatever his ridiculous code of ethics must label you as in order to codify you into their laws, or the laws of Alethkar, whatever they happen to be following these days.
Nev makes a face. The law is flawed. If that is what they hold above everything else, then they are flawed.
There is not a singular set, subset, or overarching rule of law that has ever been perfect. And they seem to ascribe to some sort of sense that that is the case, and that if you follow some sort of set of rules, that absolves you from your actions. But no one likes to talk about who wrote them. Fallible men, fallible minds, even the minds, oppressors, even altruistics. The rules of gods. Things
I wouldn't
benevolent.
know anything about that.
Well, I know plenty, and I am telling you that they are all flawed. There is not a single set of rules that has ever been infallible, including the very laws of this Cosmere. And so, these Skybreakers are dangerous, for they feel justified when killing innocents.
Nev looks very serious in that moment. I'll stop them if I have to. But you gotta help me.
You're going to need to say the words.
Well, I don't know what they are yet.
I mean not to put pressure on you undue. But these are dire times, and I will admit that I fear you may not be able to say them in the time that you have before you must confront that man again.
I think at that, Nev looks a little worried for a second, but quickly hides it.
This is the first time that you have seen Jezzael a little bit worried that you may not have the intestinal fortitude to move forward and overcome. This is a little bit of a wavering of faith that you haven't seen out of him before, but it does truly seem like the confrontation with a Skybreaker so directly has shaken him a little bit.
Well, maybe I will figure it out.
If you can't,
What do I have to do?
What do you have to do? You are going to have to overcome some of the prejudices and fallacies that you hold on to. I think.
What do you mean?
And he like screws up his face. He clearly wants to say something. You would do well to hold very, very close to your chest exactly what you just spoke of. Because through a rule of law that is imposed by the self, you can oppress yourself. People will suffer because you will not let go of what you need to. You have written rules for yourself, and they will get people hurt. You need to be able to flow.
I think Nev is confused, but does not say anything to Jazz. She doesn't understand what the words are this time, like last time, and just kind of clams up, like the conversation is over.
Yeah. And we'll move on to Berdalar. Berdalar, is there anything that you wish to do to prepare before we move on into the streets of Kholinar to confront what you are about to confront?
Yeah, definitely strap on the knives. Make sure that everything is snug and tight. You know, ties up the scarf one more layer so that it's not drooping and flapping all over the place. And then he is going to find a spot kind of away from everyone else and have all of the goings on, kind of sit next to the wall, cross his legs, and meditate. Try and find some zen. I think his pulse has been, pretty much nonstop since he was attacked earlier today. And so he's going to try and, find some clarity, find some peace. And then
I think you should roll me a discipline before we even get started. Yeah, I think so. If you're feeling that rattled, I'd like a discipline roll.
13.
A 13? Okay. You sit and you feel the cool stone of Kholinar beneath you. You smell the smells of incense and spices of cooking foods. You can hear, the sort of babbling sounds of the children, and a lot of it starts to fade away as you try to calm and listen to your own heartbeat. It sort of beats in your ears, and you feel your pulse in your wrists, and you feel a little bit more centered, but you recognize that it's very quickly escalating to a point where you frankly don't have answers. Most of the time you would be able to, go to the powers that be. You would be able to reach out to confidants within the city. It would be a matter of connecting strings to different points, but this is new territory in a way that feels alienating, away from all of the truths that you have sought your entire life. It's so much of the situation that happened today flies in the face of the logics that you have built your life around. That if you work hard enough and you move fast enough and you sacrifice enough, that you'll win the day, people will be saved, you'll be all right, and you get one step closer to the things that you want. Your father's killer, the deconstruction of the gangs within Kholinar, and more recently, the speaking of your ideals. and that sort of rings out in your head. And then you hear Tila's voice as your eyes are closed, and she manifests in front of you. That slight, gray, misty individual. Chip, for your thoughts?
Yeah, no, everything is about to change. It's been changing, but I do think that we are about to step off a precipice, and there will be no going back.
We are a part of a cycle of destruction that has been happening on Roshar for millennia. And the perseverance of the people of this world has been nothing short of miraculous. They survive windstorms that throw boulders into the sides of buildings, the predations of scrabbling, clawed creatures the size of cottages, blades that can turn your eyes into smoke, despotic tyrants, and invading alien armies of horrifying creatures like you face today. And if you think that you are not worthy of the mantle of one of the people that have opposed these horrifying realities, then you are spitting in the face of every single person who has sacrificed everything to make sure that their children have grown up and thrived so that you can be the next in the lineage. You are special, you are powerful, and this is just another hiccup in the road. There was a flying, horrifying, stormlight thieving creature in the sky today that almost speared you to the wall and left you drained and dead, and you lived. So I'm not so worried about you. And I don't think you're worried about you. I think you're worried that you're not going to be enough for other people. But I didn't bond a martyr. So, chin up. Face what's next. Do your best. And if it's not enough, then, well,
I guess we'll figure it out then, right?
no, we might not. And that's okay. Truth doesn't always come when you want it. Sometimes you need to fight blind.
Sometimes, but maybe not tonight.
And Bear is going to try and peer through the mist of time, for sure.
Yeah, please. I am going to ask you to raise the stakes on this.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
I'm going to use Opportunist to re-roll this blank to a +2 and a complication for a total of 25.
Okay. All right, I'm going to ask a very. This is to be so direct. This is a very important question, and I suggest you take at least a moment to think about it. Please choose one of the members of this party in order to look into their future.
Alstrom.
Okay. You are suddenly thrust into the into a third eye, a third person sort of situation where you're looking over Alstrom's shoulder. This sort of observing position that Alstrom is standing in an alleyway. You have 3-story buildings on either side, a plethora of colored cloth hanging above the alleyway itself as like a covering from rain and debris, etc., etc. It's easier to clean cloth than stone when it comes to creme. And you notice that in this alleyway, you hear the sounds of battle already. Nev is leaping off of a precipice. You see Fira. Fira is holding a man by the neck and seems to be saying something dire to them. You see Falarin. Falarin's one hand is a bloody mess, and it seems to not be a single drop of his own. And you see Alstrom lying on the ground. And you're not entirely sure what has happened to Alstrom, but he's pale. Quite lifeless. His body lies askew, leg bent at a strange angle, and his face contorted in an incredible amount of pain. And there is one thing that you notice more than anything else in this alleyway, and it is that it is dark. You look about into sphere pouches, you look about for sphere lamps, you look anywhere, and all of it is done. There is not a lit sphere in the entire area. In this vision, you see yourself, and you are standing at the edge of the alleyway, just about to run off. And you see that gigantic form of Tila, the truest form that you have seen in the other vision, the 8 foot tall, heavily muscled, ridiculous figure of a woman standing there chasing after you. And then the vision fades.
Bear's gonna get up and walk right over to Alstrom.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah, what's up?
Can you just stay close, okay?
Yeah.
And you've got your sphere pouches is full, right?
Yeah, yep, all full. Are yours good?
Yeah, no, they're good.
Okay. You nervous?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. It's okay to be nervous. It's, it means you care.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Just, stay close. Don't go running off on your own. Definitely not down any dark alleys, okay?
Okay, that's oddly specific, but yeah. Yeah, we should definitely stick together on this mission, for sure. Going to be dangerous going into the White Spine's den, essentially. We got to, you got my back, I got your back.
Okay. I mean, we're storming Radiance, right? We're gonna be just fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll laugh about this tomorrow.
For sure. Okay. I'm good to go.
Okay. Just as a point of order, we'll say that Falarin also prepares for the combat in a very similar way. You notice him loop a couple of loops of rope around his torso. He gets a grappling hook that he hooks onto his belt. He throws a rather large set of axes onto his back in a cross pattern, and some knives in the boots. And you see him throw on these like sort of clicking, clacking, spiked shoe caps that he uses for climbing, like, creme-covered surfaces and such. It seems like he's preparing to try to keep up with Nev as far as like leaping across roofs and climbing up walls is concerned. So, yeah. Okay. Well,
could Fira also, just thought of one more thing, asked everyone to pack like a water skin and just fill up their water skins.
Gotta stay hydrated. Good call.
Or transform it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Falarin says, I can bring quite a bit of liquids if you need. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Just more options if we need to transform things on the battlefield. Just want to be prepared.
Okay. Yeah. He snags like a few water skins, like a couple of Boda bags, and then also grabs like a few flasks of oil that the folks would keep around. He's like, these will coat people a little better if you want to change it into something else. Like, what can you do?
I can do many things. It's just easier to turn liquid into liquid.
Okay. All right. With that, I presume that you all get ready to head out. You leave the sheath. The kids say goodbye. They've reset the traps by now. The kids have set up a set of spears to be like easily grabbed. They're already sort of like ad hoc reacting to the fact that someone could get in. Everyone's on high alert, and you leave the safety, the relative safety of the sheath. And you make your way out onto the streets of Kholinar, into that sort of military residential district that Feraniel lives within. The one that is just adjacent to the market. And I am going to ask for a few rolls and sort of treat this as a little bit more of an endeavor to start. And based off of the results of that endeavor, we'll get a different outcome. So I think the folks that might be leading this one would obviously be Nev and Bear, with Alstrom and Feraniel staying on the street level. Them being like the sort of like disguised individuals, right? And the others staying out of sight. So from Feraniel and Alstrom, I'm going to ask for a persuasion to try to act convincingly like someone else, to act like you are not who you are. And due to Alstrom's illumination surge, I think we can give you both advantage on these rolls. And I will be rolling against it. A 17, okay.
16.
And a 16.
Nice.
No, 15.
A 15, okay. With a 17 and a 15, it doesn't seem like anyone is accosting you. It doesn't seem like anyone is approaching you from the shadows or the sidelines or anything like that. You do seem convincingly like someone else. And we'll get another roll from Fira in a little bit here, but in order to keep their head on a swivel and keep up with everyone and truly be sort of rooftop figures, I'm going to ask for agility or athletics. I think one or the other. No, we'll say agility. I think it's got to be agility on this one. From Nev and Bear. Falarin will also be rolling.
18.
An 18, okay.
That's an at 20 plus 4, 24.
Give yourself an opportunity. Wow, for a 24, okay. Falarin rolled a 27.
Let's go.
Yeah, which is ridiculous, but that's also not an at 20. But
What?
yeah. Dude's got it. Yeah, he's the guy. So okay, with an at 20, Nev, you are flitting across these rooftops. Falarin has done every goddamn thing to try to keep up, and he just can't seem to do it. So do you think that Nev would be using a little bit of gravitation to sort of like launch a little bit further across the rooftops, to like add a bit of distance to a jump? Like, it costs you nothing.
Yeah. I think she would be trying to make using gravitation as natural of an instinct as possible. Use it pretty often.
Yeah, it's pretty simple to keep yourself at like a quarter surge up. You know what I mean? Like to add, to reduce mass, to add mass when you need to come down a little bit harder, to sort of pull yourself in a direction to like make a spin or a turn, and you maneuver across the landscape of Kholinar's rooftops. And as you do, I am going to ask Fira very quickly for a perception.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to raise the stakes.
Oof, rough. That is a 7 with a complication. No, an 8 with a complication. Sorry.
An 8 with a complication. Keeping in mind that it is at this point the dead of night. That all of this happened in the morning. That Fira was accosted at dusk. The locked sphere lamps that are near the businesses, the scant torches that are kept aflame from the businesses that cannot afford, or from the small homes that just wish for a little bit of lighting, the candlelight and such that come from the open windows of the homes of Kholinar's military residential district. You maneuver through this sort of dusky dim light, and Alstrom, you don't notice anything is amiss because you don't recognize the people. Navali, same thing. You have a bird's eye from atop this. But it is abrupt and so very shocking when you, Feraniel, bump directly into someone walking out from an alley that is wearing one of Rave's red armbands, and you recognize them. They are from the attack on your house. They sit, or they stand and look over to you, and they're just like, "Hey, move on. What are you doing here?" And they stand at the front of this alleyway, and it seems like you see a little bit of like smoke curling up from their fingers. They were clearly, well, I mean, that's the telltale sign of someone that's consuming fire moss, but you look down the alley and you see it. There's about 4 figures squatting there with a 5th standing against the wall with their hood up, and it's all of the people that had tried to kill you.
There's another end to the alley, right?
There
On
is
the other
another
side, or is this like a dead end alley?
There is another end to the alley, yes.
Is it a lawn alley? This will all make sense in a second.
I think you could probably say that. Yeah, it's likely about like maybe like half a football field. Decent sized alley, yeah.
And I know that the rest of my party is near me, right?
You understand that even though you cannot see them, they are very good at what they do. Your allies are going to be atop the rooftops. You saw scant glimpses of Falarin's gigantic frame leaping from rooftop to rooftop, but you haven't seen Nev and you haven't seen Bear, but you know they're there. And Alstrom, his happy ass is walking right beside you. You know, like he's sort of unaware. He thinks you. I mean, it's up to him, Alstrom, if you wish to think that this situation is a little bit suspect. But like truly and in like the firmest way, this does just seem like some asshole standing in an alleyway.
Yeah. Oh. Because Fira will want to act pretty quickly and try to make a wall behind this guy to separate him from the others.
Oh. You want to erect a wall between them and him right now. Okay. So my question is, what is the substance that you are turning into the wall? Because it has to occur in the space that you are making it. Are you trying to turn a gas into a solid? Are you wishing to rush the air that is in the alleyway and create a wall out of solid air in this alley between him and the rest?
I am trying to use the smoke that you said was around him to be vapors, right?
That is vapors. Now, the problem that lies therein, and this can be a little bit of a learning lesson for Fira, and we can even spin this in a very narrative way, is you reach out into Shadesmar and you try to connect to the smoke that is therein, and all that you get back is, I am not enough. You hear this like ethereal voice say, and you sort of recognize that it needs to be an equivalent amount of mass. And it's the same reason why a stone that is turned into smoke will erupt into that smoke. And it's the same reason why there is such a gap when you turn stone into metal. It seems like the mass stays the same. So it would have to be something of equivalence.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you do have all of this liquid on you. You do have the ability to perhaps touch the stone of the... you can also make things flow and then turn into something else, turning a solid into a liquid, then into a solid. There's a few options that you have here. And for those that have read Oathbringer, you'll love this. For those that haven't, put your earmuffs on, baby. Yasna Kholin quite literally turned a bunch of stone into liquid flowing bronze to fill a gap. So if you were to touch the stone of the wall, You could coat this man and the gap between the wall in a flowing liquid, then immediately turn it back into a solid. I would allow that, but it might take 2 rounds, and he might have a chance to escape out of it.
Could I then do the first step of that, which is do something to collapse where he's standing?
You're just going to collapse
Like
where he's
that.
standing at? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. What's the liquid that you'd like to turn this into?
I think I'm going with oil just to make it slippery all around.
Yeah,
for
like
him.
also slick? Absolutely. Okay, perfect. Give me a transformation check, please.
14.
14. Okay. The solid stone that stands underneath this man suddenly turns into a liquid as that stone acquiesces to your request. It says, I can spread so much farther. I do not need to wait for the erosion of time to spread me across the Cosmere. I can become akin to my base axioms now. Stone will be oil. And then you feel it collapse into this oil, and as it isn't quite as dense, it does flow up and over and coat the man's feet. Then he falls out from underneath himself and into this gigantic puddle of oil. And I have never really seen a better opportunity for initiative. And so what we are going to do as this man collapses into the goop, and as everyone sort of sees from the rooftop or from right beside Fira, this man fall, I think we're going to take our human break. Otherwise, we're going to get 15 minutes of action and then have to go into the break. So I feel like this is a good place to take our break. Folks, hello. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break. Y'all stick around. Tell your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your second cousin, your third cousin, your great aunt, your local congressperson. I want to tell your local librarian that their job is important and that they are beloved. And
I love my librarian.
And that we're telling Cosmere stories. They might appreciate it more than others, frankly. But yes, tell your dog that we love them. We'll be back in 10 minutes. We'll catch you on the flip-flop. Hello, everyone. Did you tell your dogs that we love them? Yes, you did? Okay, cool. Thanks. That's great. I'm happy about it. We are returning back directly into the thick of a conflict. So, to set the scene once again, inside of an alleyway. The alleyway stands about 15 feet wide. It's decently wide for an alleyway, but this one seems to be perhaps for chill cart traffic and light pedestrian foot traffic. But the buildings on either side of this alleyway are about 30 feet tall, 35-ish. They're about 3 stories, give or take. And the folks are in the middle of the alley, so about 50 feet or so into the alleyway are the rest of these people. One person standing in a now pit of oil that is sort of overflowing into the alley. And we have entered that initiative. I'll describe a little bit of the action that happens prior to proper initiative. The man falls into the pit of the oil. The individuals that are standing, mostly attentive and crouching in the middle of this alleyway, bolt upright, looking around, seeing their companion fall into this pit suddenly that was not there prior, and they are in a state of alarm, and I would not consider them surprised. And so this is proper initiative. So I will ask, what I need from you all now is whether you are taking a fast turn or a slow turn.
Slow.
Okay.
Slow.
Love the card.
Fast.
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 Fast from Fira. Okay.
That checks out.
Fira and Nev, you will be going first. Which between the two of you has a higher speed stat?
As far as movement speed?
I'm so sorry. Am I?
I have 3.
Yes.
I have a score of 3.
Okay. And Fira's is
1. So you're
Okay. So so Nev is quicker. Between the two of you, we will say that Nev goes first, unless you'd like to negotiate further, but if not, that is fine. Nev, you see below just the sort of the whites of your eyes just barely poking over the precipice of this alleyway. You see roughly what's just unfolded. There's scattering bits of cloth that stream from one building to the other across this 15-foot expanse, to help protect from rain a little bit, to be a bit of a windbreak, etc., etc. And then in the alley below, the alley is almost completely destitute of any debris. It's very well maintained. This is a good neighborhood in Kholinar. There's really no trash. There's not a lot of disused boxes. There's not a lot of the regular debris that you would see in like the seedier areas of Kholinar. You don't see here. This is for Chol traffic, thus kept clear. So it's sort of an open battlefield for you. What would you like to do?
So the thugs that are alerted, they are alerted in the direction of where Fira is standing on the opposite end of the alleyway, correct?
Yes, and they are not aware of your presence yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to... I see what Fira is doing. She has clearly caught the attention of them, which means that they are vulnerable from behind. So I am going to... I will make sure to get an eye on both Bear and Falarin. Falarin, who I know will fall into lockstep with me, and I am going to move along the rooftop, and I want to jump down to get behind them. I'm going to draw my longsword, and I want to jump.
Yeah, so Falarin, you see him look to you and then see you like take that step onto the onto like the little bit of the precipice that leads into the alley below, and he hooks while you're ready to just jump. He is busy like setting a grappling hook and tying a quick knot. And that is going to be his turn
in this moment.
And then
as a free action.
Yeah, and then you leap off. Yep. I'd like you to describe to me how you survive a 35-foot fall.
Yeah, Nev is going to draw the blade off of her back so she's ready when she lands, and is simply going to step off of the roof and let herself fall. And at the last minute, I will gravitation surge myself to land silently behind these thugs, and I think I can strike.
You would actually have, so falling's a free action, and there's no action there, and it would be a part of your movement, so that's not a problem at all. I would definitely ask that you make a stealth check, and if you get I'm going to say that the DC is like 15. And should you make this DC, I would say that you are about to get advantage on these 2 attacks that you would get.
I'm going to raise the stakes also.
Please.
Okay, that's not too bad. That is 13 plus an opportunity.
Okay.
I will burn that opportunity to see if I can roll higher.
You're gonna use the opportunity as a okay, yeah.
Yep. Okay, yep, that's way better. That's a dirty 20.
Oh yeah, perfect. Absolutely, yeah. You land with cat-like grace at the bottom of the alleyway, silently falling. You know, the only thing that may have been heard is a little bit of the rustling of Nev's garments in the wind of a 35-foot fall, just like nothing. And then you feel something that you haven't really practiced too terribly much, but you feel in your soul is something that you are able to accomplish. And you just feel this like almost like a hook in your gut as you bind your essence into the very sky itself and feel your whole body jerk upwards at the very last minute. It's a little bit jarring. You feel your joints get a little bit shaken. You feel like you might be able to apply a little more grace in a different situation to this. But God, you land silently after a fall of 30 feet, and that feels good. Sword in hand, two of the individuals within the blade's reach. I would like you to decide. So to detail the guards, not the guards, to detail the agents. Yeah, for sure. One of them is far bigger than the other and has a cudgel on his hip, not even drawn yet. And as you are so incredibly close, before we actually get into anything else, as you are the first one to engage in melee, I would like you to make a perception check, please.
Oh, okay. 15.
Okay. Perfect. All across the hands of the gathered agents, assassins, would-be mercenaries, every single person has a pain reel on one hand and an unknown fabrial on their other hand. The individual that is wearing the cloak up is very carefully covering one hand with the other. And you would have to imagine that they are covering the soulcaster that Fira had detailed, and then the hand that is covering it also has that unknown fabrial upon it. They are covered in dun gems, top to bottom. Like there's at every single finger joint, and then a large gem right in the middle of the back of the hand. All just covered in dun gems.
Where is that individual in relation to me?
Very center of the of the other agents. The agents are in a circle. There are 5 of them.
2 right in front of me.
2 right in front of you. Yep.
Okay. And the big one that is nearest to me is the biggest one.
By a magnitude of a bit too. Yeah. Yep.
I'm going after him.
Okay. Roll your attacks.
And this is with the longsword.
Yes.
Okay. 15.
15. Okay. 15 is enough. These individuals are not terribly armored by any stretch, and 15 is a fairly good roll to begin with. So.
Okay. So then that's 1d8 plus 4 keen damage. Ooh, okay. That is an 8. So 12 damage.
12
keen damage.
12 keen damage. You feel the blade bite into like the quad of the leg, and then another swift slash against the torso. Some of it catching the leather armor that they are wearing and not finding purchase, but you do see blood starting to flow free on the leg. You've landed a very solid blow, but you can tell just by even the reaction. You've fought a lot of thugs. You've fought a lot of ne'er-do-wells. You've come up across quite a few, decently trained wall guards. these are sort of immediately cut from a little bit of a different cloth. As the blade bites in, you see the leg go back so that he does not need to favor it. You see him reaching from his cudgel. There's a lot of autonomic, warrior-like reaction to the fact that you have landed behind him and are now striking. Rather than crying out in surprise, you hear a deep, sharp intake of breath in and then an immediate whirling on you. Would you like to make your second attack?
Do I get a second attack?
Yes, you do. You absolutely do. Falling from the height, I would say, was a free action.
Does my gravitation surge on myself not count as an action?
No, because technically...
Did I not have to infuse myself to do that?
Windrunners just kind of get flight.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
so like as far as like falling and like zipping around the battlefield, you kind of just get.
I'm gonna stab him
yeah,
again.
you kind of just get flight. So we haven't played around with it a heck of a lot, but like yeah, falling isn't really a danger to you unless you have no investiture.
Oh gosh. Okay. That is a 19 on the die plus 3, so 21. Right?
Oh yeah.
22.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a blank on the opportunity die. I raise the stakes again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Not a problem whatsoever. So what is the damage on that?
I'm rolling.
Yeah, you definitely
7
definitely
this
hit.
time. So 10 keen damage.
10 keen damage. Okay. So you describe the strike.
I think Nev steps off the roof, lands silently behind them, and as she's coming up from like her semi-crouched position, slashes across his back, the back of his leg once to try and like immobilize him because he's big, and then comes back up with the force from the first hit to just go across center mass.
Love. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So, he does not go down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these even just like they were very.
Those were 2 big hits.
Yeah, these two were these folks are definitely a danger, and you sort of sense that in the air. These were 2 very brutal strikes, and he seems to be able to roll with them to sort of absorb them in a way that you haven't seen out of a warrior that you've fought before. But you're leaning into the recent training. You're leaning into all of your skills as a survivor on the streets. And you definitely understand that he is standing a little bit shakier. That the 2 strikes have landed, their blows have been felt, and while he is in a position to strike back, he is clearly at a bit of a disadvantage now after the 2 very, very powerful strikes. So, we will move then to Fira. Fira, you are on deck.
Yeah. Okay. So Fira's like coldly focused. She's already, I think, moving before her fear catches up to her. She's gonna drop down, lean down, pulling out her flint and steel from her pouch, and she wants to light the oil on fire.
Yeah, that's just an interact action. This man's on fire. There's no real way around it. That's not an agility. This man's on fire, and you are igniting a large pool of oil that he's immersed in. Huh. Okay. Yeah, that's fuck. All right. So, damn. In sort of an immediate conflagration, there's like an eruption of fire that scatters all the way. That's all the way from one side of the alley to the other, creating an entire wall of fire, separating yourself from the combat on the internal of the alley, but definitely killing this man. I would I would love to say, I would love to say that he had a chance. Oil fills his mouth, fire erupts around him. The skin bubbles, pops. His eyes are melted. His skin flakes away. He is dead. You have truly committed a horrifying act on a man that wanted you dead just earlier today. It is suddenly we have a very reminiscent moment, if only a little bit tangentially different to a different else caller in a different time. But we sit now with that action. That's an interact. You still have 2 actions left. What would you like to do?
I think that counts because
Yeah.
on my sheet it says light fuel is an action.
Oh, is light fuel an action? Okay, I would have called it an interact, but if the rules as written says light fuel, then that's an action. Then you have 1 left. You got 1 action.
That'll be fair.
Yeah, you got 1 action left. That's fair. No, that's totally fair. The way I would call it and the way the book calls it are sometimes totally different things.
So with that, I think she's going to stand up and just enhance.
Okay. Yeah, you breathe in stormlight. You feel it start to rush through your body. You feel that thundering, storming power within you. Your muscles tighten and sort of enlarge. You feel the you don't need to breathe. You're suddenly fueled by this where your entire life you have been filled by pumping blood and air circulating through your body. This is a fuel that is so much more powerful, and you feel stronger, you feel faster, you feel lighter, and that will be your turn. There are fast turns that are being taken by the enemies. There is an immediate whirling from the individual holding the cudgel. He is taking a fast action. Cudgel in one hand, he reaches out with the other. And what is your physical defense, Nev?
15.
That is a nat 20.
Oh, jeez.
So...
Okay.
You feel his hand brush against just under your chest and touch your side, like where your kidneys would be. And he tries to grab just a handful of you. And you see and feel your stormlight start to drain away out of your body. And the gems on this glove start to light up, starting at the very ends of the fingers and filling with the stormlight, which starts to mist and smoke as the gems fill. And you can go ahead and tick 2 boxes of investiture off of your sheet.
Uh-oh.
It is abrupt, and it almost feels like it hurts. It's like a bit of your soul being pulled away. And that is, that full on is 2 actions. That is not a single action. That is not an attack. That is 2 actions. That is his whole turn. The other individual that is standing beside him whirls around and is going to reach out to you with another one of his, with the other glove. Not the draining glove, but the very obvious pain reel that is on. And that is another action. Misses completely. The shock of the stormlight being whirled away, your natural inborn reflexes, all of the training that you have done, you scoot your torso out of the grasp of this man's glove, and it does find no purchase. And that would have been his entire turn as well. And then we are going to go to slow actions. Who has a greater speed out of Berdalar and Alstrom?
I have a 3.
We have the same.
You have the same? Okay.
You can go first.
That's what I was going to ask. Is there, yeah, if we could have rolled off if you wanted to worry about it, but if not, yeah, Bertalar, you can go ahead. You're on deck.
Okay. I'm upstairs. I'm still on the roof.
You are 30 feet above the alleyway.
I've been watching. There's the main reason I wanted to take a slow action is because I wanted to watch things as they played out. Did I see what exactly happened to Nev?
I could ask for a perception on that one. It was quick and it was strange. Some lights lit up on someone's glove.
16.
You don't really understand what exactly happened. You know that like there's some strange interactions with Stormlight happening. You don't understand what happened. You did see what happened.
Okay, but I saw him grab Nev and Nev go, ah!
Yeah, a little bit of panic on Nev's face for sure. You saw no blood. You saw no grand impact or anything like that, but you certainly saw panic on Nev's face, and you saw gems light up on the glove of the man.
Okay. And there are now 5
Stormlight
left.
being drained is visible, though.
Stormlight being drained is visible?
Yeah, usually it's described in the books. You can see it when it gets drained or breathed in. It becomes visible.
Okay.
Either way,
yeah.
I mean, Bear knows that it's bad.
Yeah.
Whatever that bad exactly is. Okay. Action 1. I will use my first action to interact, and I am going to I'm going to pull an old classic, and I'm going to tie a piece of rope around my waist and attach my grappling hook to the top of the building. I am going to swing down. I'm also going to jump.
Okay.
But I'm going to only fall. I want to stay about 15 feet above these. Above these people.
Absolutely. I would like, in order to take no damage at all from the fall and keep yourself firm, I will ask for an agility, please.
Absolutely. Ooh, 20. Dirty 20.
Oh god, yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say DC 10. So that's lots. You hold fast. You feel the jerk and the sort of impact into your abdomen of the rope. And you are holding fast against the side of the building. Your feet bracing you. What do you do?
Do I see the guy hiding his hands?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everyone is present. Nothing is hidden. All of the things that I described in the alleyway are apparent to everyone.
Perfect. That's my mark. I am going to, from my position, pretty well, hopefully directly above them, I'm going to throw some knives.
Yeah, please.
21 for the first knife.
21 for the first knife. Yeah, that absolutely hits.
Not bad. 7 damage, 7 keen damage.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's gonna miss. Oh no, that's a 9, not a 6. Still might miss. 14?
14 does miss.
Okay.
Absolutely. So you throw 2 knives, one of them now sticking out of the shoulder of the man that is covering his hand. His hand rushes up to feel the knife that is in his shoulder, and you see it's covering a soulcaster. It's very, very obviously covering a soulcaster. Many soulcasters are covered in gems in order to fuel it, and this one has 3 jet gemstones, very dark gemstones that sort of glow with an inner light. And then we are going to move to.
Can I roll a lore check?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, no, please, yeah, absolutely.
What jet might do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Bear's a little distracted. That's a 1.
Oh, okay. So jet is used for mysterious things that are unknown to the likes of common men like yourself. Yeah, bad things. Nothing good. So, Alstrom, you're on deck.
So I am going to. So I'm we're at like the mouth of the alley. Fira and I are closer to the mouth of the alley.
Yeah, you being at the mouth of the alley, the mouth of the alley is now completely cut off by a sort of like an eruption
Fire.
of flame. Yeah.
And then are there other people nearby us, like on the street?
In the dead of night in a residential district, in the dim light of the street, no. There is no one on the street before you. There are no people that are surrounding you in the alleyway. It is you, this eruption of flame, a screaming, dying man, and an alley full of enemies.
Okay. I want to... I say, Fira, what's going on? Is everything okay? We got to make sure we stick together, and I'm going to make an illusory duplicate of Fira.
Yeah, okay.
So if anyone attacks her, they'll have disadvantage.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to have an illusory copy of Fira that runs alongside her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like in disguise, maybe like slightly different, so we can tell the difference. But and then that's one. I want to enhance.
Yep.
And then I want to brace myself on the wall of the entrance of the alley so that I can like look in and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much closest to the flame, but I'm gonna brace my side against brace myself.
Okay, so enemies will take disadvantage if they try to take attacks at you. And Fira will also gain, or people will gain disadvantage on attacks against Fira. And you are now feeling that exact same roar of investment inside of yourself. And yeah, we're gonna go right to the rest of the. We're gonna go to the rest of the enemies that are taking slow turns. First on deck is going to be the man that has been stuck with a knife. That is holding the soulcaster. He runs up against the wall and places his hand against it, and a large snaking section of it starts to evaporate away, and the hold that was keeping Bear stuck to the side of the building is suddenly turned from stone into an eruption of smoke. And Bear, you are going to fall.
Yeah.
Yep. You said you were 15 feet down, right?
Yeah, I scaled down so that I was about 15, 20 feet above their heads.
Okay, perfect. You will take a total of 7 impact damage as you crumple to the floor of the alleyway.
Question.
Yeah.
Could I try to take my... I'm not sure exactly how this works, but could I try and take my reaction to use avoid danger when you're imperiled by your surroundings, such as, standing under a falling boulder or being shoved up a balcony? You can use this reaction to attempt to save yourself.
I would love that. I would say that is a near perfect application of your reaction, yes.
Are there any, handholds that Bear can see as he starts to fall? Like, any windows or anything like that as he's falling?
I think this alley isn't so bereft of detail that you couldn't find something to try to swing your hand onto as you're plummeting. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Absolutely. I'll ask for an agility check.
17.
A 17 feels more than enough as you catch yourself from this fall. Now just holding on by, your fingertips. You feel like an ache in the tips of your fingers as you grasp on to this like inch and a half of window ledge. Then you suddenly are holding yourself just maybe like 6-7 feet above the actual surface of the alleyway, having caught yourself. And that's his turn. And next is going to be one more of the individuals is going to try to fight Nev. Nev being the closest in melee range, the fire, conflagrating at the mouth of the alley. Another one goes to accost Nev and is going to attack. This is going to be a very simple. They're trying to kill you with a long sword that they have limbered up from their back. And your physical defense is a hell of a lot higher than a natural 1. So the first strike is going to miss rather catastrophically, but they are going to get 2 more attacks. That is a hit. That is 2 strikes. Nev, you are going to take 11 points of keen damage, and you are going to take 5 points of keen damage for a total of 16. You are put into a position of disadvantage against 3 opponents at once, and this one seems to land a couple of strikes, being a very obviously trained opponent. And then we are going to... the last 2 each run up to Bear. And one of them goes to grasp your ankle with the bracer that has the pain reel on it. And what is your physical defense? They have rolled a 16.
That hits.
That hits? Okay. They're going to expend every single charge. And that is going to be... that is 19 vital damage. You feel your body racked with horrifying pain. You shudder and scream out involuntarily. It is a torturous amount of just your very nerves going alight as if you have been ignited. And then the other is going to try to reach out with the glove that contains the dun gems. And that is an at 20.
Well, that'll hit.
Yes. You will remove 2 investiture from your sheet, please. And then we are going to move back to the very top of initiative, where we get to declare whether they are fast or slow actions once again. Alstrom, are you taking a fast or a slow action?
Slow.
Fira, are you taking a fast or a slow?
Fast.
Fast, okay. Nev?
Slow.
Bear?
Oh. Slow.
Okay. Falarin is going to take a fast action, and he does have more speed than Ferraniel, so Falarin is actually going to go first in this initiative. He plummets down on this rope and lands down at the very bottom, leaping in between the individual, leaping to the other side of the individuals that are accosting Nev. And he has limbered up a hammer. An axe, one of the 2 axes that is strapped to his back. And he is going to simply swipe twice at the individuals that are there. Nev, your pretty familiar with Falarin's archery. You're pretty familiar with Falarin's wrestling. You have never seen this man fight with axes in like an actual pitched to the death combat before. And in a flurry of blows, it seems like he's sort of standing toe to toe with anything that you all have been able to bring to bear. Falarin was definitely the man to bring for this combat. And his gigantic frame plunges this axe deep into the shoulder of the man that you had struck once to begin with. He really wants to help put one down at least and remove him from the combat. And you see the axe plunge into the ribcage and then plunge into the clavicle and shoulder blade of the man, and he drops in a puddle of blood and gurgles. Then that is his turn. Ferraniel, you are the only other PC that is taking a fast turn. Please go ahead.
Yeah. From where I am, there's fire. Is it blocking me completely from them?
It's more of a line of sight thing. If you wanted to leap over the flames, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like a 5-foot square of fire that was like made into into a pool at this man's feet. So not a problem at all to just like leap over it.
Yeah. And then I do have a question that I couldn't find in the book.
Sure.
Is there the ability to light weapons on fire in this game?
You could probably light something on fire that was like a torch or like something that was like covered in pitch or wood. I love The Witcher.
Not like make my sword.
I love The Witcher so much. I love it so much. It is not practical to light steel on fire. Yeah. So as far as I know, I would say probably no. However, sticky flammable substances are things that could be very easily transformed by an Elsecaller. If you wanted to coat your sword in flame, it could be a simple application of like, oh, yeah, no, I would like to turn the air, or you could dip it into this flaming oil, and then you could turn that flaming oil very easily into something like, let's say, a tincture of like pitch and like swine grease or something like that. Just like a something very flammable that would stay. The choices are endless, and I really do. I do like to encourage these little things because we're all learning this together. So,
yeah. I think she is seeing that Navali and Bear are in trouble, and I think that's going to change her focus, and she's going to do the fastest thing possible to get to that side. Whether that's finding like a easy place to jump over the flames.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that's even an agility check. I think you can just get to your friends for sure. Unless someone was trying to like push you into it. I don't think it's really a danger, to be completely honest, besides an obfuscation of line of sight.
And then there's 4 of them still up on that side, right?
There sure are, yeah.
What does it look like on who's like attacking Berdalar and Navali?
You see 2 individuals that have grasped Berdalar's ankles as he hangs from this precipice. Those are obviously the ones accosting him. And then there are 2 individuals that are sort of pincer maneuvered by Navali and there's 1 individual that's pincered by Navali and Falarin, and then there is the Soulcaster wielding individual that is like hand against the wall, sort of waiting for more.
All right. Did that movement count as an action for my 2 actions?
I think so. Yeah. Any like prolonged movement is an action. Yes.
All right. Then I think she's going to go to just attack one of the ones that's reaching towards Berdalar.
Yeah, absolutely.
With her sword.
Yeah, totally. Go ahead and make those strikes.
Mm-hmm. That's a 16 to hit.
A 16 to hit? Yeah, that absolutely strikes, yeah.
7 points of keen damage.
7 points of keen, okay.
Is that all I get? Because I get 2 actions?
Yeah, you get your 2 actions. You slash a line of blood along the side of this man, causing him to like let go of Bear, sort of whirl on you and be in a better defensible position. Can I please get you to make a perception check?
Yeah.
I want you to raise the stakes.
Okay. Ugh. That is a 19 with a complication.
Okay. You see the man's eyes. He's a light-eyed individual. And you immediately recognize him. The man that you have just slashed is a man that served with you underneath Bakarin. You see a soldier of the line that served on the field of battle between Yaakoved and Alethkar in skirmishes between the 2 nations. You notice the exact same scar that is on the man's cheek. You see the little wound on the hand. You start going up and down the lines of this man, and you see he's wearing the exact same boots. He's wearing Alethi Alethkar military boots from the from the army of Aladar. You're looking at this man and you can't believe what you're seeing. Your once companion, your once ally, is now serving Rave and potentially other higher malicious powers. And you suddenly have a little bit of a realization. You are fighting real soldiers here. These are not thugs. These are true mercenaries. And yes, at that, we finish with the fast rounds. Every single one of the enemy combatants is taking a slow action. So we are going to start with we're going to start with, I think it's Nev. I think it would be Nev, yeah.
Okay. I was looking for an answer to my question and I could not find it while I was waiting.
Yeah.
Because of what happened, I currently have 1 investiture.
Yep.
My question is, can I use that investiture to regenerate and then immediately breathe Stormlight since I have spheres on me? Like if I go down to 0 for regenerating, can I still?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Action.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, okay. 100%. Yeah.
Cool.
You can regenerate as a free action. That takes 1 of your investitures, and then you can immediately breathe in Stormlight. Yeah.
Okay, I got a 1d6 plus your current tier, so I get 4 health back.
Okay.
And then I'm going to breathe Stormlight, which is 2 actions. And then, so the big guy is dead. I can see which one is the Soulcaster.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to gravitate him upward as hard as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he needs to go. So I'm gonna roll to gravitation, search him.
That man is going to use his reaction in order to impose disadvantage to you on this roll.
Okay.
That checks out.
Can I spend one of my opportunities to make it a regular roll?
Hell yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm raising the stakes. That's the opportunity die is cocked, so.
Okay.
Okay, cool. That is, what is the bonus? That is 15 plus an opportunity.
15 and an opportunity. 15 does not hit, but you do get that opportunity.
Okay, I'm gonna reroll.
You cannot spend more than one opportunity.
Oh wait,
on
I
a
can't
roll.
do more than one. Okay, so
Yeah.
then I just fail that
You
one.
do
Yeah.
you do just miss on that
you're
attack.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I realized it as soon as I said it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
So I don't. Do I still lose the investiture since it failed the lashing?
What's that? Sorry.
Do I still lose an investiture since it failed?
No. You do need to. Yeah, you do need to infuse the individual in order to spend the investiture.
Okay. And I think you get 3 actions, so that's
You do.
everything.
Okay.
Actually, the only 3 actions are banter and drop. Do I recognize any of these men myself?
You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to ask for a what would be the roll? I think this might actually be deduction. This might actually be a deduction roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There is definitely something to be said here for that.
That's a 13.
A 13?
Yeah.
You're really familiar with like the different sects and the different running crews of the underworld of Kholinar. You've ran with crews and cells, and you understand the trapping. These are not from the underworld of Kholinar. You can guarantee that. You see light eyes, you see shined and sharpened weapons, you see people that are ready and very capable of killing. They are insanely well equipped. These individuals have bankroll behind them and are very capable at what they are doing. These are not your common enemy.
Okay. Noted. That's it for me.
Okay. Yeah, so after that, I believe it is Alstrom. With a speed of 3, correct?
How far away am I from everyone else?
You are about 30 feet.
Okay. I want to move out. Okay. I want to move 30 feet to get in close. Can whichever one looks like it's taken the most damage, can I try to gain advantage with either deception? I want to try and distract them possibly so that I can get advantage on the attack I want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you like to do in order to deceive?
Can I light weave a sound of like guards coming nearby? Or perhaps
If you'd like to spend an investiture, I would say that you get the advantage guaranteed.
I'll spend an investiture, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you spend the investiture and you create the sound of clamoring guards and rattling armor and the limbering of weapons out of sheaths. And you see a couple of heads turn, including the one. There is only one individual that has taken another strike, and that would be the one that had a line of blood drawn from Fira. And you see his head turn, and in doing so, he seems very distracted. And you said you would like to attack?
Yeah, I want to use yeah, I'll use my pain reel.
Ooh. Okay. We're going to presume that the pain reel is fully charged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I have advantage.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, that's way better. Dirty 20.
Okay.
And then I want to spend a charge
Yeah.
to add my skill modifier to the damage one more time.
Yeah.
So that's 14 damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah, no, I believe you're right. So the man's face lights up, his whole body goes rigid, and you send a like the lightest punch into the man's torso, but as soon as the pain reel makes contact, you click the activating mechanism that is on it, and two prongs stick out and just send jolts of abject pain through the man's body. And yeah, Ferraniel, this really does clinch exactly who this is. You are absolutely looking at Gidavar, the man who you had faced down in that tent so very long ago. He has completely turned an about face and is serving the Sons of Honor, Rave, or some other organization. So, that being said,
And then
your last action?
wow. I want to do distracting illusion on myself.
Distracting illusion on yourself?
Or
Okay.
Can I do more than one?
More than one distracting illusion? I mean, go ahead and use another investiture and you can have multiple running, yeah.
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 All right, cool. Because it lasts for the scene.
Should be the scene. Yeah, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
or until an attack. against
Until
me
an attack.
misses.
Yes.
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
That's
dismissed after the
like
attack.
forever.
Yeah, yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
precisely.
And then movement, all my actions, were good. Thank you. And I'm in melee. Sorry. Sorry, Bear. Came in to help.
Bear did say you should stay out of melee. And what did Alstrom do? Immediately run into melee. But you know what?
No. I hid first.
Yeah, hey, you gave it like a good... You hid for the equivalent of 20 heartbeats. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Because, just as a little bit of flavor, everybody, because we love the Cosmere so very, very much. Did you know that the turns in this game...
10 heartbeats.
Yeah, the turns in this game are not dictated by seconds. They are not dictated by minutes or anything like that. Not ticks of some sort of time. It is 10 heartbeats, the same amount of time that it takes to summon a shard blade. So, after Alstrom, that would be Bertalar.
I will be spending some Stormlight to regenerate my body.
Yeah, please. Which is a free action.
Yeah. 8 plus 6. I heal 14.
14. Big number.
I spend all the investiture I've got in me.
Oh, you're no longer invested. Okay.
I'm no longer invested.
Okay.
I'm just a guy.
Just a guy. Okay.
And as just a guy, Bear will fall the last, 6 feet?
Yeah, you
We'll
take
let
no
go of
damage.
the
Yeah,
ledge.
that's not a problem. Yeah.
So now there's 2 people behind him.
Yes.
One person who Falarin is facing off with, and then the person with the Soulcaster that Nev is beside.
Yeah.
Well, Bear knows, thinks he knows some stuff. So, the Soulcaster is the most dangerous, but Alstrom might die. Okay, Alstrom might die is more important. Bear is going to attack. He's going to pull his side sword out of its sheath, and he is going to attack the combatant who seems to be who Alstrom is currently fighting.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
17 to hit.
A 17 to hit. Okay. 17 absolutely hits.
For a total of 9 additional keen damage.
9 additional keen damage. He does not fall. He does not drop. In the same way that Nev dealt well over 20 damage in a single round, he has taken just above that now and has not dropped at all. Gidavar is also a little bit of a more hardy opponent. You can just tell.
Second attack.
Yeah.
Second attack, offhand with the knife. That is going to miss.
Okay. Yeah, so after Bear, that is your whole turn. Between the movement, and the attacks, the two attacks.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to then we move to them. And the individual that is fighting against Navali is going to sweep again with that. You know what? Yeah, it's got to be for the investiture stealing. Nev, you can go ahead and mark 2 more investiture off of your sheet, even though you have just breathed. He sweeps across your body. Well, I guess not again. This is a different individual, but he sweeps across your body, and you lose 2 more. You lose 2 more Stormlight. And then he does still.
Question.
Yeah.
Is that something that they have to hit to do, or is it automatic?
It is a hit. Yeah, he is rolling to strike. Yeah, he is rolling an action.
I'd like to spend a focus to impose disadvantage.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, I'll roll. I will absolutely roll again. Roll again. Yeah, that is still well above 18. Okay. He does hit. You will lose the 2 investiture. And he does still have 1 action, and he is going to use it to draw his sword. He has not drawn it yet. He has been panicking and getting pincer maneuvered by 2 horrifying individuals. And then Gidavar is going to look to Feraniel. And he is going to take his pain reel, and he is simply going to reach out to Feraniel. And he is going to attempt to grab you about the throat and activate it. And
that's at disadvantage, right?
That is at disadvantage because you do have the illumination, yes. So the first attempt does not hit. The second attempt, which does make the illumination collapse, since the first attack did miss. And then he does make a second swipe, and we are going to go ahead and inflict. The gems on the pain reel go done as he sweeps at Feraniel, and you feel your body light up in electric pain, and you are going to take 15 vital damage. And then Gidavar is, you see just a look of abject rage on his face as he is bleeding from his side and from, a few other wounds, but he doesn't seem too worse for wear. Gidavar always was hardy, if kind of a sop. And then we will move to the other individual that was fighting against Berdalar, and he's going to try to drain Berdalar one more time. Point of order. Is Berdalar having disadvantage on attacks against him right now? Sorry, was there an illumination on Bear? I forget.
No, just me and Fira.
Just you and Fira? Yeah, sorry, I was like, I don't know how many fucking illusions are getting thrown around here. Yeah, absolutely. So, Berdalar, you lose 2 more investiture. I think you're muted. Yep.
I have none to lose. Get fucked.
You had none to lose? Yeah, so he goes to... Well, he wouldn't know that. Yeah, he definitely goes to sweep you, and then there's nothing inside. Here's the question I've got. Yeah, no, that's it. He does. Yeah, no, that doesn't. It does nothing. As it does nothing, and no more of the gems light up. And he has already used the pain reel on you. I mean, the only thing left to do is he's going to draw his blade. He draws his side sword, and that is his turn. The individual with the soulcaster. Their hood falls back over their head, and each of you see that they are inflicted with some sort of curse, some sort of horrifying disfigurement. Their face, a good half of their face, is smoke, swirling, ethereal, smoky substance. An eye set in a face that no longer has structure, but seems to hold all of the requisite components of a head. And they reach out with this soulcaster, and underneath Nev and Falarin, he presses against the ground, and I am going to ask for an agility from Navali and an agility from Falarin in order to not fall in the hole that suddenly erupts with smoke.
19 on the die plus 5.
Oh, God, so much. Whatever acrobatic feat that you would like to describe gets you out of the way of this sudden evaporation of stone and eruption of smoke that surrounds you. Falarin gives out a gasp and falls into the hole, and it seems as if the soulcaster has been tuned. Falarin falls a decent ways, and you hear a bit of a thud and a crunch when he hits the bottom. And that is his turn, and that goes right back to the top of initiative. And we will ask once more. Alstrom, fast or a slow turn?
Slow.
Slow. Fira, fast or slow?
Slow.
Nev?
Fast.
Bear?
Slow.
Okay. Navali, you will go first.
As a free action, I'm gonna call to Falarin.
Okay. What do you say?
Falarin, you okay down there?
You get a grunt of affirmation and a realization that on the streets and in the underbelly of Kholinar, you don't admit when you're hurt or what the hurt is.
Is there anyone near me I can see?
Directly 5 feet in front of you, you can see the individual that you were fighting. Other than that, you cannot see due to the smoke that has surrounded you.
The person that I was fighting was the Soulcaster, correct? The one that's sick?
Yes.
I'm gonna start with Cheap Shot.
Ooh.
I'm gonna spend a focus.
Yeah, okay.
To make an attack using my thievery skill versus his cognitive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I hit him, he's stunned.
Yes.
That's an 18 on the die plus 6.
Boof. What? That misses so hard. This guy has a cognitive of 30. What do you mean? Yeah, you blow past his cognitive.
And that's a 1d4 plus 6 impact of damage. So he is stunned and he takes 10 damage.
Woof. Okay, yeah, absolutely. 10 damage is dealt. That is just a free hand or knife pommel strike to a vital area of the body.
Sure is.
And is now stunned until the end of your next turn. How long does the stun last again? I'm so sorry.
The stun, let me double check. Stunned until the end of their next turn.
Woof. Okay. Yep. Sounds good. So they can take one action. That's it.
If you're stunned,
right? I think stunned is
No.
reduced to 1 action.
If while stunned in combat, you lose any reactions,
Yep.
and on your turn, you gain 2 fewer actions and don't gain a reaction while stunned. Out of combat, you're overwhelmed, making you move and react slower per GM discretion.
Yeah, so they get
That's-
so he can get on a slow turn, he gains 1 action and that's it.
If he takes a slow turn, yes.
Yes.
And that's for my first of 2 actions. My second action, though unfortunately stun does not give me advantage, I'm gonna stab this storming bastard
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
my longsword.
Mm-hmm.
So oh, okay. That's not gonna do it. Yeah, I rolled really low.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Cheap Shot take 2 actions, or do you have 1 left?
Cheap shot is 1 action, and the attempt to attack is 1 action, so I am done.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And then the
Yep.
banter. Yeah. Falarin is also taking a fast action. He's just not as fast as Nev. And he takes his entire round, his entire 2 actions to crawl out into the smoke. That's his turn. Hard stop. Nev, you do see that there is blood running down his leg, and it is at a bit of an odd angle. And then we are going to move on to the slow actions. That is going to be, I believe, Alstrom on deck as the first up.
How many bad guys are here right now?
There is still 4. There is the 2 that are fighting with Berdalar and Fira and yourself. Then there is the 1 that was fighting Nev and Falarin, and then the Soulcaster.
Okay. And so there's 2 fighting
Berdalar, Fira, you.
and okay. I want to try and gain advantage again,
Okay.
but not using Stormlight this time. Or maybe no, I could. Or do you think I could use stealth to try and like flank and get behind?
Yeah, if you'd like, you can try like sort of a flanking maneuver. I would ask for an agility. The DC will be like 15, and then you can get then you might be able to get advantage on the next roll.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do that. I'll
Sure.
do agility.
Yeah. Try to flank.
Oh no. Nope, that's a 6.
Okay. You try to maneuver into a proper location, but it just does not find purchase. Would you still like to attack?
Yeah, I'm still gonna attack with the pain reel.
Okay.
How bad does this guy look?
Shockingly sturdy still.
Okay, yeah, I'll attack with the pain reel.
Okay.
17?
17 absolutely hits. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, and then I'm gonna use a charge to do another modifier of damage.
Yeah, to add the modifier to damage, yeah.
Ooh, 17 vital damage.
17 vital damage. Do the math real quick.
I think he's taken 47.
Yeah, I think he's at 45 or 47. I'm
Something like that.
regardless. Gidevar hits the ground.
Can I then?
The man's muscles jerk, twitch.
How
His
bad? How
eyes
bad
roll
is he
into
looking?
The eyes roll into the back of the head, and then he hits the ground.
Oh, he's done.
Yep.
17
17 damage is no bullshit.
Okay.
There's a lot.
It's a lot.
Can I use 2 focus to hit to attack the other guy?
Yeah.
An 8. No, that doesn't. Nope.
That does not hit, no.
Should probably get caught up in somebody's coat or something.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. The strike goes wide. It gets caught up into the clothing of the individual. You pull it back out, and that is.
Then that's it, and I still have the illusion up.
Yeah, because nothing's. Yeah,
my
no
turn.
one's. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and then that would be Berdalar.
Yeah. So that guy's down. Did I see Falarin fall?
You did see Falarin fall, yes. Okay. No, because it would have been obscured by smoke. I'm so sorry you did not.
Okay. I just saw a smoke screen go up.
Yes.
I will breathe Stormlight.
Okay.
Suck it all in. And then am I close enough to see where the Soulcaster is, or is that obscured as well?
You were able to see where the Soulcaster was. You're pretty sure you know where it is, but at the moment, obscured by smoke.
Great. I'm throwing a knife where I'm pretty sure he is.
Okay, take disadvantage and make the roll.
Which is such a dumb thing to do.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, it's such a miss. That's a 7.
Okay, so you've breathed in Stormlight. You've made your attack. That is your turn.
Yeah.
So that has been Berdalar that has breathed in Stormlight. That has been Nev that has breathed in Stormlight. Did Alstrom?
No.
No, not yet. Okay. All right. And then it is Ferraniel. It is you on deck.
Okay, so what am I seeing?
You are seeing there is a smoke screen that is obfuscating one about a largest section of the alleyway. You know that Navali and Falarin were both in that smoke screen, as well as one of the individuals that was fighting them. You see Gidavar lying on the ground, eyes rolling into the back of his head in abject pain. There is also the other individual that was fighting you and Berdalar and Alstrom that is still very much in the fight. That is what you see.
And Gidavar's down?
Gidavar is down.
Awesome. Cool. And with my knowledge of strategy and tactics, do I feel like what I'm seeing with the smoke screen, do I feel like it's helping Navali, or it's more trouble to her and helping the Soulcaster more?
That's okay. You know what? I'm gonna have you make a roll for that. I think that's gonna be I think that's gonna be a lore roll. I think would be the best for that. Is there history? I keep forgetting. I think those would be the two. Yeah.
Is it related to figuring out how Navali might feel about this?
No, it's very much about the smoke and the situation. I think that would be you know what? We're gonna go with a lore. We're gonna go with a lore roll. Okay. Yeah.
Lore establishes your familiarity with history. So
yeah, that'd be the one. Yeah. You can roll at advantage. You do have expertise in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's doing a quick assessment of
a little battlefield assessment, yeah.
Yeah. That is a 15.
A 15?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how comfortable Navali may be in the obfuscation of smoke, there is not a singular chance that Navali is going to be more comfortable than someone who can summon smoke at a whim and uses it in the field of battle. They're as advantaged as Navali may be, this other person thrives in it, and you feel very strongly about that. They immediately ran to this when they used it against you. They seem to have no hesitation with throwing themselves into a smoke screen.
Okay. And she's going to do a series of things. She's going to first try to transform the fog into clear air.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a transformation roll, please. Gas to gas.
30-20.
Plenty. The smoke immediately clears into clear air. That does cost an investiture, if I'm not mistaken, yes.
Yep. Yeah, I've been keeping track of that.
Perfect,
and I believe that is 2 actions.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so then she's going to turn on the guy who's still standing and attack him with her sword.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely. Roll that strike.
Well, nope, that's an 8.
That is an 8. Okay. Yeah. Dodges out of the way. For whatever reason, this individual seems to. I would love to say he seems to be such a tactile and incredibly agile individual, but it feels more like a failing of y'all in the heat of battle. This is the first like pitched combat that you've had as a troop, and it's proving to be a little more complicated than any of you would have imagined. So we are then going to move past into the. Oh, yeah.
Can I
One
use
more.
a free action?
Yeah. Go right ahead.
Regenerate.
Ooh, yeah, please. Yeah, go right ahead. No, go right ahead.
Plus 3. Okay, then it's done.
Perfect. From the rooftop that was adjacent, 2 figures pop their heads up and over, wielding crossbows that they level at the battlefield. There are a few things that the children of the network are famous for. And one of those things is not listening and following anyway. They followed far enough behind that it became a non-issue, that you would not have seen them. And thus, they come here, they level their crossbows, firing into the individual that is fighting against Navali. You see Dervin and you see Van. Now, strangely enough, Dervin is not firing a bolt. Dervin is firing a very, very expensive piece of technology. A fabrial of a design that has only freshly been made. And you see the ice reel, the freeze reel, the cold reel, whatever you end up patenting it as, you see the tip of this bolt truly being a bit of very expensive technology. Fired out. And one shot. Dervin has rolled a natural 20.
Yes,
and
better
it
with my
is
technology.
it is against the individual that is fighting Fira. His bias showing plainly. And the other is the freeze reel is it hits right at the feet of the soulcaster, freezing his feet to the ground. A small, without the presence of water, only a small area is affected. The freeze reel is shattered, an irreparable bit of damage done to it. They are usually fragile to begin with, and the fabrial gem at the very tip of it shattering and turning into that burst of cold air. Freezing the individual to the ground, and then the other taking a glut of damage as square between the shoulder blades a crossbow bolt fires. Unfortunately, jumping through the flames and dashing towards Alstrom is a pair of individuals that are wielding a set of great swords. Enforcers that are wearing the same sets of gloves and the same regalia as the guards, as Rave's individuals. And they are dashing towards Alstrom. Bertalar, you get a very sudden and unfortunate sinking feeling in your gut. There is a bit of a two-sided sword to looking into the future. I am not rolling to attack. I am rolling damage. That is it. Oh, is everybody else frozen? There we are.
I don't think. Hello?
Yeah, we're back. We're back. Sorry. Everything froze for a moment. I am not rolling for an attack. I am simply rolling damage. Bertalar, you've seen this. There is one singular type of action that you all can make in this. You can react. You can use a reaction. If you would like to aid another, if there is anything that you can do with a reaction, that is fine. But Alstrom, you take one strike. That is 17 keen damage. You take another strike. That is 15 keen damage.
Even with my illusion?
Yes. The illusion has 0 effect. This is the complication of looking into the future. When you look into the
I'm
future,
down to 0.
sometimes things just come true. You hit the ground, and for the first time, you all feel that sinking feeling of panic. Bertalar, you see the future coming to pass, and you see Alstrom's gray, pale form lying on the ground, bent, as if this prophecy has come true. Those sounds of combat, the various moments of future sight coming to bear. Then it is the Soulcaster's turn. The Soulcaster looks down, looks up, looks around. He sees the people with the greatswords coming in to bear. And he simply he draws his weapon. And the only move he's stunned. He has one move. And he smashes the ice at his feet. That's all he's got. Otherwise, he would not have been able to move. He could not run. He is, as much as you can read panic, Navali, on the face of a man who is half smoke, you see it written in his eyes. The other individual that was fighting Bertalar and Feraniel and Alstrom is going to attack. He is going to attempt to run through Bertalar. Bertalar. He misses. Simple as that. He's going to make another attack. He misses. Your physical defense is 15, right? Correct?
13 right now, I'm not infused.
13 right now, not infused. The second attack does hit then. And you are going to take 5 points of keen damage.
That's reduced by my deflection rating, right?
It sure is. Yep. You always reduce by deflection unless it's like vital damage, soul damage, etc., etc. And
that's most of what I've been hit by in this campaign.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been struck by some very serious juju. That is the truth. So there is one other, and he is facing down Falarin, and Falarin is absolutely going to look him in the eye, and Falarin's going to use his reaction to dodge against this man before he rolls the attack. And he rolls. That was a nat 20, and that is a 5. So Falarin ducks out of the way of a brutal cudgel swing. And then that is going to go all the way back up to the very top of initiative. And we will ask once again. Alstrom, you are down on the ground. There is one single thing that you can do. You can have a free action in order to heal yourself if you have investment.
Can I reaction breathe Stormlight?
Reaction breathe Stormlight? No, because breathing
It
storm.
says under
Can you?
unconsciousness, you can't interact with your surroundings or use any actions or reactions other than breathe Stormlight.
Yes, right. As you are unconscious, you can breathe Stormlight. You can also heal yourself. You can also subconsciously regenerate.
I think, keeping up the enhanced drained all my investiture, so I'm at 0 when I went down.
Right.
So I think it goes down unconscious, takes the 2 blades, goes down, and like is unconscious, bleeding out, and just takes one raggedy breath, and Stormlight drags from the pouch sphere.
Mm-hmm.
I guess would my illusion go out?
Your illusion
Of myself?
Your illusion would have went out when you reached unconsciousness, yes.
Yeah, so my illusion drops, Stormlight, and then I will immediately use 2 investiture to regenerate.
2 investiture to regenerate. Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I regain 11 and just come to consciousness. Still probably bleeding out a little bit on the pavement.
You are certainly bleeding. Yes. Those are pretty grievous wounds. Now we're going to go around the table. Ferraniel, faster or slow turn?
Slow.
Okay. Navali?
Fast.
Okay. Berlar?
Slow.
Okay. Falarin is also going to take a fast turn. And the kids up on the rooftop are also taking fast turns. The network know when they need to be quick. They see Nev sort of spring into action and start reacting with like double time, with like fast jerking, very effective, efficient motions, and they try to match that energy. Navali, you will be the first.
I am going to. So the Soulcaster broke the ice at his feet, so he is free.
He is free, but he had no other actions. Yeah.
I'm gonna gravitation surge him up. I'm gonna try again.
Okay. Yeah.
My goal is to send this guy up into the air and then drop him.
Absolutely. He does have his reaction once again. He will try to dodge you. If you have another opportunity to negate it, you won't get the disadvantage.
I don't think I do.
Okay. Wait, no, you should. You should still have a stored opportunity because you couldn't use the last one as you tried to use 2. You should still have 1 opportunity left. I'm almost certain of it.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's a 23.
A 23. And his AC, his physical defense is suddenly 50. No, I'd like you to describe precisely how this works and what this looks like.
I think if I may, a little flavor.
Spice it.
I know it doesn't do damage.
Make it curry.
But I one of my dominant hand I pull away. I'm still holding the long sword, and I just land one on the chin, uppercut this guy to lash him upwards.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Even if it doesn't do any actual damage to him.
Yeah, a clack of the jaw, ring the bell.
And I want him flying up so fast. That's my goal.
A full lashing into the sky. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll resolve the results of that in a little while. There's not a heck of a lot that he can do against that, and thus.
Yep. And then since I've done that, I have one more action. Mm-hmm. Is there anybody within range?
Yes, there is still the person that was fighting you and Falarin from the original group.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get between Falarin and this other individual, and I'm gonna swing my longsword.
Absolutely. Yeah. Roll those bones.
Actually, instead of... Wait, how many can I do? No, that's fine. I'm going to swing my longsword.
Okay.
I'm going to do what I said.
Yeah.
And I'm going to raise the stakes.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to spend that immediately. I got an opportunity and a nat 1, so I'm going to re-roll that nat 1.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 17 to hit.
A 17 to hit does hit.
Okay, great. So that is a 1d8 plus 4 keen damage. Let me roll my d8. Fuck yes. That is 11 keen damage.
Okay.
7 plus 4.
First strike against this man. He cries out in a bit of pain as your blade bites into the flesh of his torso.
And I think when I do that, Nev says, "You don't get a chance to run away. This ends here." And she looks furious.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You feel so righteous in the fact that these are killers. You know that they were willing to quite literally kill a child. They have cornered you in this alley. They are using unfair tactics, unfair numbers. They're using technologies that you haven't seen before. These are dangers to the streets that you haven't really met, and you feel a little bit empowered in the moment. And we're going to move from Nev to Falarin. Falarin hears that and is immediately going to strike out with his axes. It's pretty simple. He makes 2 attacks and one of them lands. Falarin deals 15 points of damage. And the man has his you hear a sort of crack of bone and a tearing of flesh as the axe bites deeply, and truly the 2 children that are up on the rooftop reload their crossbows and both take shots. It's not ceremonious. It's not honorable. It isn't really even spectacular, but the man that is standing in front of Falarin and standing in front of Navali is suddenly made a pincushion and drops to his knees and gurgles as another crossbow bolt hits him in the throat and he dies. There are now only 3 individuals that are in the alleyway, 2 wielding greatswords, and 1 who was fighting against Feraniel and Berdalar and Alstrom. And he is going to take an action. He's going to take an action and strike out at... he's going to strike out at Feraniel. He's going to make an attack, which misses. And then he's going to make a second attack, which also misses. Okay, the 2 individuals that are wielding great swords, they're going to gain an advantage. One of them is, Berdalar, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you take a blow for Alstrom?
In this moment, absolutely.
In this moment. Alstrom is lying, mostly helpless, on the ground. Barely breathing in stormlight, wounds healing, but not at an accelerated rate. Just not moving well. And one of these dishonorable bastards raises their greatsword into a piercing grip and goes to skewer Alstrom into the ground. I would like you to make an agility roll in order to take this blow.
Okay. That's a 22.
That's a 22. You feel the strike bite into the flesh of your thigh, and hot, warm blood rush over your leg. And then it is the other bladesman's turn, and they are going to attack.
How much damage did I take?
I'm sorry. It would be a grazing wound, so you would have taken 6. The other attacks for Aniel. The greatsword coming down in a great blow. For Aniel, would you like to use your dodge action or a reaction or anything like that in order to impose disadvantage?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Dodge.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so he rolls. And your physical defense is 14, 15?
It is 14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay, he does miss on his attack. And then that is all of the fast turns. And now we run to... So Alstrom has went. Then it is going to be Berdalar.
Yeah. First action, illumination surge.
Okay.
And I think this falls under the category of, I guess, disguise. Yeah, as Bear kind of looks down at the sword, that's grazed his leg, looks down and then looks back up at this man wielding a great sword. And again, his eyes are completely like red pools. And now there's like red mist kind of like almost falling out a little bit like tears.
Yeah.
And as he opens his mouth, it just looks like blood is like pouring out of his mouth onto the ground in front of this guy. And Bear's just going to very gently put his hand on his shoulder, like slow, like very slow.
Okay.
It's over. Go home. See your family again. Please.
I feel like that's got to be an intimidation. I would like you to make it with advantage, please. And please raise the stakes.
Okay.
That's really good.
Oh, that's complicated for sure. So that is a 17 before the complication plus 4, 21 intimidation with a complication.
21 intimidation with a complication. Okay. The man runs. And you get the distinct feeling that he isn't running to his family. He's merely leaving. You feel like he's probably going to report exactly every single bit of this to Rave or whomever, but he has extricated himself from the battlefield. And I believe that'll be your turn.
Mm-hmm.
For Aniel.
There's one greatsword guy left, and he's right near Alstrom and Bear, right?
Yes.
And then there's one that I'm fighting.
Yes.
Right. I want to use my last transformation surge that I have before I have to breathe more to change the greatsword into liquid.
Ooh. Yup. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hit it. Absolutely.
I'm going to raise the stakes on that. That's 18 with a complication.
18 with a complication. Okay, so I'll paint the complication a little bit. It's the heat of battle. You aren't particularly the most used to doing these sorts of things in the heat of battle. You reach out and you brush your hand against the sword. You look into Shadesmar and you feel for the bead that is the essence of this sword's energy, and you bid it to turn into a liquid. What liquid would you want it to turn into?
I was in the heat of battle. I was just thinking oil because that's what I've been doing.
You wish that you had the wherewithal to get it to become oil, but it doesn't. It becomes burning molten steel bubbling and churning and searing the flesh of your hand as you brush against it. And you are going to take 10 fire damage, heat damage, I believe it's called, as the molten steel bubbles across your hand. But his sword has turned to slag and drops in a puddle of molten steel onto the ground. And from there, he runs. There are a few things that a man can face down when he's told that he has to go and fight the supernatural. But having the only weapon that he has to bear turn into bubbling molten steel before him leads him to panic, and he sprints away. There is now only one combatant. There are a few things that you can do. There is the opportunity to, well, we go back to the top of initiative, is where we sit. We'll ask again for fast actions, then slow actions, and then there's a few things that you folks can do. You can engage with this last individual who I really have a feeling does not have a snowball's chance in hell to survive the predations of all of you. And if you would like, we can start asking for agility and athletics checks to chase down the cowards that were running away. But that will still depend on the initiative order, so to speak. So, Alstrom, slow turn or a fast turn?
Slow turn.
Fira?
Slow.
Nev?
Actually, I'm gonna say slow.
Bear?
I'll also go slow. Yeah.
Okay. The only person taking a fast turn is going to be, well, actually, Falarin and the children have not lost that frenetic energy, and they cut down the individual that is still up in the fight, and he drops. In a flurry of crossbow bolts and axe swings, the man dies. I am going to push a little bit of narrative when it comes to that. The network pulling through in an incredibly major way. And then we are going to ask, it would be Navali on deck first. So I would ask, are you giving chase to any of these individuals?
Yeah, I'm flying after the last one that ran.
Okay.
My
As
first
Navali
line of
runs, Bear just looks at them, still looking a little ghoulish, a little uncomfy.
Just make sure you leave one of them alive, okay? We have a message to deliver.
Point of order, Gidavar is alive on the ground.
He's coming with us.
He's mine.
Yeah, he's ours. Okay, my question. I dropped all these guys. They were using Stormlight. Did they have spheres that I can breathe from?
No, none of them are carrying spheres. And
I breathe
there is one of
Stormlight
you.
one?
There is one of you, which is Fira, that still has spheres in their pouch. Everyone else has breathed Stormlight.
Yes.
Falarin has Stormlight. The kids probably don't. You know that they don't really carry spheres around. But Falarin would have spheres. Would have lit spheres.
He does?
He does.
Okay. Cool. Then first, before I shoot off after this guy, I'm breathing Stormlight.
Okay. To move this along, I think we can sort of shift out of initiative at this point. And I'm going to ask what you are trying to accomplish with the individuals. Is this for the kill? Are you going to use adhesion?
I'm literally flying after this guy to tackle him to the ground.
Okay, that happens pretty damn quick. You are moving as the crow flies, and he's trying to run. So I will ask for an athletics.
Would it be? Oh yeah, athletics is grapple.
That would be grapple, yeah.
Yeah. That's not gonna do it. Yeah, that's a complication. I got a nat 1. Plus 5, 6.
Okay, absolutely. He continues to run. We can hand wave this if you decide to use openly adhesion.
Yeah, I will do that.
Sticking this man to the ground.
The last of my Stormlight.
You collapse down into the ground. You feel the full weight of gravity against you once again.
Yeah.
And you see Falarin limping out of the alleyway towards you, and you see the kids train crossbow bolts from the rooftop onto the man that you have tackled. They follow you very closely behind. And as it happens, the man just looks back up. You're gonna have to kill me.
Why is that? Don't value your life?
My life is worth nothing compared to the entirety of this city. The people in it. You're getting nothing out of me.
Have it your way, then. I'm gonna slash his throat.
Yeah. He gurgles, sputters, and dies.
Nev is cursing very colorfully.
Falarin limps
But the
up
other
to
one
you.
that's running, she doesn't go after them.
Okay. You are out of Stormlight.
Mm-hmm.
Falarin limps up to you. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You okay?
Nev looks exhausted because no Stormlight.
Yeah, because no Stormlight. You feel more tired than you have in a very, very long time.
I should be asking you that.
I'm fine.
I look at his leg.
I think I might have broke my ankle.
Yeah, you think?
It's okay. I've broken ankles.
No, it's not.
I've broken ankles. I'll be alright. I need like a splint. And probably some violet.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be alright.
I'm gonna help him go back over to the group.
He accepts the help, yeah. You all return to the alleyway. So
when Falarin gets back, Bertolar leans over and touches his ankle.
Yeah, 100%.
She's
Yeah,
gonna ask him
100%.
to heal Falarin.
Like, what are you doing?
He heals
What are you doing?
7.
Just let him help you.
The snap of bones in place, the pulling of ligaments back into the shape that they should be after they've been stretched and hyperextended. He sort of gives out a gasp and he's like, ooh, yuck. Oh, yuck. Oh, that feels gross. Oh, that feels gross.
Yep.
Oh God. Oh.
Yeah,
and then
it's weird.
And then it stops and he's like, it's just kind of tender.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Hey, I'm gonna take the kids home. Y'all can clean up?
Yeah.
I have some words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he like looks up to the kids and just and then just points down. The kids start climbing down. Dervin looks proud. Van looks a little, little sheepish.
Oh, it was Van?
Yeah, it was Van that had the freeze reel.
Van and Dervin.
Yeah.
You two were supposed to stay in the base.
Van says, I know. I know.
This is the one and only time I'm actually going to thank you for what you did. Because Nev is visibly wounded.
Yeah. Yeah. You're all looking a little banged up, at least bruised.
Yeah, I think Alstrom's just like sitting against the wall,
Yeah.
trying to heal a little bit.
Van does walk up to Alstrom, and he like pulls something out of like a clanking something out of his pocket, and you see a pain reel, and he like puts it on Alstrom's shoulder, and you feel yourself regain a little bit of fortitude, and you get like 4 HP back.
Oh, did you reverse the polarity on the other ones I made? That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't make it. It doesn't matter. I think you should have it. And he like gives you the pain reel.
Oh. Where did you get this from?
We made it.
Oh.
It's kind of easy once you know what you're doing.
Speaking of, there's dead bodies here, right?
Yeah, like lots. Like there's like
One alive
6.
one.
There's like
Yeah.
5. No, 6. Yes, no, 5 dead bodies
Yeah.
in the alleyway and 1 living.
Van, can you help me grab the fabrials they have on their bodies? We need to check these out.
And then I have to
Take
leave.
everything.
And then I have to leave. Falarin's gonna beat my ass. Falarin's like,
Well, then you go with him and I'll take care of his. It's fine. Thank
okay.
you.
And then and Dervin.
Actually, no. Give this to Falarin. He needs it more. You use it on him.
Okay. Yeah, if you say so. And Van seems like real sheepish. He's like a little bit shook from like the violence that he just saw. Dervin is strangely okay with it all.
Yeah, I squeeze his
Both
shoulder.
of those
You
are not
good?
good.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm super fine. I'm extra super fine.
You're not putting up a front.
He looks to Bear, of all people, here in the in the alleyway. Sometimes you have to do ugly things to save people that you love. It's that simple. That's the truth.
I give his shoulder a little squeeze. It was smart to stay up on the roofs. They wouldn't have been able to get you there. I don't think.
Splat.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
The
that.
man that you had gravitated up into the air hits the ground with a disgusting splatter.
Oh. Well, that was as effective as I expected it to be, but I kind of forgot he was up there.
Yeah, Alstrom just screams.
That's a fucking valid reaction. So, yeah, Falarin like gathers up Dervin and gathers up Van, and then they head out. They do leave. And then it's just kind of the rest of you standing in the alleyway. You do collect the fabrials.
Yeah.
For note-taking purposes. I'm going to give you
Yes.
very specifically what was on these bodies. There is a soulcaster keyed to smoke. There are 5. One's ruined. The one that was cooked by Feraniel. Both of the fabrials that were on that man are ruined. There are 4 then. 4 pain reels, and there are 4 drain fabrials.
And the pain reels are the
Amplify.
the diminishing, right?
Nope, amplify.
Amplify.
Yeah, that is the key word for it.
Yeah, that's the one that I have. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Nev is definitely going to take one of those.
Do they have any spheres on them? I'll take those too.
No. 0 spheres,
Oh.
and like notably so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any like notes or like any other stuff that they would have on them?
No notes. No
Any
orders.
Snacks? No, nothing.
No
Cool.
snacks.
Taking
These
their
these
weapons.
these people quite literally came with weapons,
Mhm.
technological tools, and that's it. They came to kill. That was the entire purpose of their visit, and they were clearly here to kill Radiance. They had no spheres on them. They had draining fabrials. They had pain reels that bypassed any sort of other, guardian wards or anything like that. These were Radiant killers, the best that Rave could bring to bear. As far as
Fira,
you
how
can
did
tell.
you know these people were here?
They came for me earlier. I got away.
And we just tracked them here?
This is where they were looking for me.
I think
Okay.
we established above table that Frame was guiding us.
Frame was guiding you, yes, yeah. That's why you knew like
Since it's
the
been a week.
neighborhood. You knew that the whole
Yeah.
Frame gave you the knowledge of the very specific neighborhood to look in.
Okay.
Bertalar, you said you wanted to talk to one of them. This one's still alive.
Yeah, no, that's really good. I'm gonna be just 1 second, okay?
Berlar is going to go and look for a burlap sack or some sort of canvas or tarp just around.
I don't think. Yeah, that's easy enough. Yeah.
Yeah, grabs it, brings it back, manacles this guy's wrist and his legs, wraps him up in the canvas, and throws him over his shoulder.
Yeah. Okay. Now, my question is: are you taking this guy back to the sheath?
I mean, we do have a second secret base, you know? Maybe we should go use it.
Whatever's closer, I think, is best.
I
Plus,
just don't.
The
from
second
the
secret base
sparks
would be.
flicker, From the sparks flicker, we can also get to the base, though it would take some time.
And I mean, I don't want to have to see, I don't want the kids to have to see me torture this guy, you know?
I don't want that either.
Yeah.
Neither do I. But
I'm not happy that any of them were here, but that's a problem for tomorrow. Yeah, let's go. I'll help.
What should we do about the rest of this?
Storm and leave them. Let them rot.
Yeah.
Can I take any identifying marks, like the red stripes? We remove those also? So there's just like, you can't really tell what these people were. There's no identifying.
Yeah,
things?
just bodies. Yeah. You take any identifying markers. You take the symbol of Rave off of these individuals. You take and that's really it. They wanted people to know that they were the ones doing it, but they didn't want anyone to like catch them in the act. So yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea. Remove that notoriety that Rave is looking for.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you said there's another exit to this alley, right?
Yeah.
We should
attacked from both sides.
let's go out the other way we came in.
Good idea.
My question is, a lot of a lot of things can be explained away when it comes to the violence that happened here. There's a burning body in a pool of oil that was not there when this combat started. Do you want to try to deal with that?
Can I?
I think your characters would address and recognize the fact that is a little bit of a bone of contention when it comes to the anonymity of what happened here.
Should I just I can maybe turn it into a mound of crem or something?
Sure could. Another transformation surge would definitely do that.
I could do use my creme reel to make it more cremmy, and then kind of transform it into just a speed bump.
God. Yeah. You know what? Roll it. Roll a transformation. Please.
You did this.
Well, since Ostrom's doing all this, Bear's gonna push all the bodies into that hole.
Yeah, into that oily hole. Sure.
Just kick them in.
Yeah.
Why not?
No, kick them into the soulcaster hole.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The one I'm doing right now, or the other one?
The other one.
The other
There's
one.
two
The other
holes.
hole in the
okay,
ground.
okay.
There's 2 holes.
Yeah, one's burning filled with oil and a little bit more conspicuous.
So I got to do transformation. There we go. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I lost it for a moment. Oh, 11.
That does work. Yeah, that is enough. Fortunately.
it?
Yeah, it sure is. A liquid into a liquid.
10, yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oil into muck. So you've created a creme roadblock bump.
And then can I use my compressor to freeze it, or I'll do transformation again to
You
make
can
it solid?
definitely turn the creme solid with the compressor. That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can spend
I'll
one of the
use,
charges out of it to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Gross. Gross. You've
gross.
essentially,
I'm very not happy with it.
yeah, no, you've turned this into like a sort of like beggar's chicken situation, like a like a like a clay coated bake.
Yeah.
And that's gross. And that's a gross
There's a
thing.
guy in there.
Yeah, there's a fella in there. Who truly is the most tragic thing that happened in this combat. I think there's
And then I turned around and see Bear just shoving bodies into another hole in the ground.
y'all are laughing. That's horrifying.
It's horrifying.
That is horrifying. You committed you committed grievous acts of harm today. This is the most violence and horror that you've seen thus far.
They started it.
It's one justification. Yeah. So you make your way after hiding the bodies. We can brush past that a little bit. You're not taking them with you. You do hide them in the holes. Disgusting. And you head out to the spark flicker. And Verdana does not ask any questions about the suspiciously man-shaped hunk of canvas that is above Bertalar's shoulder. She's sort of, deigned not to interrogate too terribly much, as long as it isn't crazy crimes that are going on underneath the spark flicker. But you head down into this secret hovel that you have been allotted. And as you close the doors behind you, and you set up Gidavar into a seat, waiting for him to awake from his unconscious state. Folks, that is where we are going to end it for the evening. And we can start off the next game with a good old-fashioned interrogation and perhaps some revelations, which is exactly what we were after this evening. So, folks, that's our story for the evening. That is chapter 18 of The Last Ideal. What a wild, action-packed fucking chapter tonight. My goodness. Very likely the most dangerous individuals that you have come across thus far, perhaps other than Tasmir, who had a shard blade at your throat. But yeah, let's see. Let's see specifically if we can find anybody to mute or to raid out to this evening. Well, would you look?
I don't see anyone playing RPGs right now at all.
Yeah, I also don't. Robert's playing Diablo. I kind of want to push it on to like somebody that's doing TTRPGs though. Should we find somebody new to raid out to? Just send the. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Does anybody have somebody?
Oh, there's not a lot of people live right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, there really isn't.
Somebody's heroes?
Are they live?
Really?
I can't see them.
Buddies. We can do. You know what? We're doing Robert. We're going to keep it simple.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to slash too much off of the recording, so we're going to do Robert. Raid Captain Robert.
Yeah, everybody's playing other games. It's so funny.
Yeah, everybody decided to take a day off of TTRPGs tonight. That's okay. Folks, we had a wonderful time with you this evening. We come back to Sanguine Dominion on Saturday. We come back for the last ideal next Tuesday. And quick little shout out to everybody here. Please, 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 please. If you have the time and you want to see some really cool answers to a 3-year-long campaign, go into the Mandy stream tomorrow. They are having their round table after a 3-year Hi Gay Badass Dark Lord. What's up, man? Wonderful to see you as always. But head into the Mandy stream tomorrow. Seriously, hit the follow button, check them out. They are doing their 3-year-long campaign end roundtable. They're going to be answering some really cool questions that have happened over this wild ass adventure. I know I'm going to be there watching because I have some questions that I wanted answered. So we'll catch you on the flip flop. We're raiding out. Have a great time. Tell your dogs we love them. Bye bye.